All right, man, here we go, guys. The Coastal Compounds debut podcast is happening right now. I'm excited. We got Raven here, we got Josh, and we got Andrew. You guys already know them. They've all been on the podcast. I just want to start off by saying we are not doctors, okay? Besides Raven, she may. So if you have any problems, just message Raven, okay?
No, please don't.
But we are not doctors, guys. So obviously we are going to go into probably some doses, maybe potentially if we do. Don't listen to us, okay? Just do your research before, all right? Or DM me privately. I'm sure. But anyway, why did we start this business, guys? Why did you guys do it? I know in the beginning, I want just a little backstory. I told Mike no multiple times, all right? You guys really push. Andrew came aboard, so I'm like, all right, Andrew, I'm going to do it. So I decided to do it. Give us a reason why you guys started it.
I'll go. I've been interested in a user of peptides for probably 12 years. I've personally seen the success of using them, right? From prior injuries to mental clarity, et cetera. So for me, I was always interested. I used it myself as sort of a lab rat. And I've attempted to get into the industry 2 times and got stiffed by 2 different companies. They wouldn't let me partner in, and it's all good. When I got the opportunity to start a company with you guys, I think the timing was perfect. The market's perfect, and I feel like now was my chance to build something that I could actually help more people with, and obviously showcase the knowledge in the industry. So for me, I want to help more people. I want more people to be educated on the benefits of peptides. And this could be another rabbit hole we go down, but getting away from pharmaceuticals, which I feel like are causing a lot of these issues in the gut, down-regulating receptors, causing hormonal deficiencies, et cetera. Peptides, I feel, are possibly an answer to that. So for me, I want to be a part of that process.
Yeah, I mean, it's the movement. My personal experience, tear my bicep, didn't know much about them. Hopped on the BPC, the TB, healed me right up. Using them now in my prep, it's a game changer. So, being able to jump into business with you guys and help people is the main goal here.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And my reason why I got into it was because obviously you guys know I coach at a high level. People are getting fake shit. And the reason why I wanted to partner with you guys is that way I know everything is fucking real. If you order something from Coastal Compounds, you could test it. It will be 100% real
100%.
Every single fucking time. So give us a rundown. How do we test it? And how does that whole process look?
So we go through a couple different companies for third-party testing. Let's start with the source. We're directly sourcing from the U.S., which has a different process of how they regulate their manufacturing process, which I feel like a lot of companies go from third-party companies outside the U.S. Their process is a little bit subpar, and I feel like as we've tested them in the past to kind of gauge what manufacturers are good and which ones we probably shouldn't order from, more than not, those products come with faulty peptides. Either A, they're different, or they're low quality in general, or they're not even the peptide that they're selling.
Exactly.
And that, I feel like across the board, is causing a distress in the industry and causing a lot of distrust. So for us, step one, and this is why I feel like our company is going to be one of the better ones moving forward, is we are sourcing from the U.S. We're sourcing from companies that hold themselves to a higher standard, that come with their own COA, a certification of authenticity and purity, and then we're doing a secondary one. Janosic is one of the ones we use, and it's probably one of the best ones that you can go through. So there's a couple other companies we will be using, but we are getting secondary ones. We want to make sure that we are fully compliant, and that, like you said, if anybody orders any product from us, they can guarantee if they test it, it is the product. Matter of fact, it's probably a better quality product than we're even advertising.
Yep. Yeah. Let's be honest. I mean, we got our Peptide tested and it was 11 milligrams per 10 that we're selling. So technically it's almost a bad thing because we're overdoing it, but it's okay. At least it's not under, right? Real quick. So when I was getting started in bodybuilding, right, I used to order estrogen blockers from Amino Asylum. Bro, I'd be taking tamoxifen, letrozole, Arimidex, and dude, it all tastes like water. And like I'm taking and nothing happened. My estrogen was still flying through the roof. And that tells me that most companies, especially these bigger name companies, are all selling fake shit. And why do you think that is?
Maximize profits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maximize profits, sell to whoever, wherever, and, just turn out a shitty product.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Well, I 100% agree. I think many companies are are profit specific, right? What kind of margin can we make? They'll get the cheapest quality or nothing at all. They'll actually, and we've tested many companies across the board, they'll sell something that is completely different and market it as something else, right?
Yeah.
Right. So when you're looking at prepping high-level athletes, you need to know what compounds you're getting. A specific dose, the timing, everything has to be there. And these companies don't care. They care about making money. And that's one reason why, in particular, many other reasons why that company doesn't exist anymore.
Yep.
They're fly by night, right? But look at the supplement industry. It's unregulated.
Yep.
So in most supplements are not what they say they are either. Underdosed, they're, they're rancid, they're toxic, they're especially fish oil and different, again, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But most of these companies don't hold themselves to a higher standard, right? There's no GDP process, right? So, or a GMP process. So in the US, there has to be a good manufacturer process that occurs when you're manufacturing these peptides, you're manufacturing supplements is a higher standard. We need to source companies that hold themselves to that standard. And as a company that's new and up and coming in an industry that's probably, second guess quite a bit, people have a lot of questions. Are they safe, et cetera? We want to be the company that they look to for that higher standard.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to build. I know that's what you guys are trying to build too.
Yep, 100%. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about some peptides. So there's one that absolutely just is taking over. I mean, it's going to fucking take over the world, honestly. And that's retatrutide. And I want to get Raven's firsthand experience on this compound.
Okay, yeah. So I went to Matt during my prep this year when I was trying to go for my pro card and asked if we could take this. He said, I don't know, I don't really like peptides, but if you want, we can try it with you. So we kind of had some charts from doctors from different dosages, but I really just microdosed it. I went really small because I had no idea how it affected me. I've never done an injection before, like nothing. So when I started taking it, I just did super small dosage, and I was able to stay on that really small dosage for actually a long time without having to increase it like a lot of people do. And I was already starting to feel the side effects from it or the benefits of it after a week or two of usage. So basically what it did for me in my prep, and the reason why we did it, was I am somebody who loves food. I can train, I can, cook the meals, I can, do the cardio, but not giving into the food noise was huge for me. And that's where I always kind of screwed up on prep. So with taking this, it kind of curved my appetite first off. I wasn't even thinking about food. I had no food cravings, nothing at all. And hours would go by and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I still have 3 more meals to eat and it's 8 p.m. I'm like, holy crap. Right. And it even helped my cardio. We used to do 2 45-minute sessions of cardio every single day. I never went over 30 minutes. At the last couple months, I was doing 15 minutes of cardio. Insane. Yep. I never had any type of body fatigue because it helped with the insulin regulation. Honestly, hands down, the best prep I have ever done within 5 years of prepping because of this one supplement. And I was not consistent on my other weight loss supplements like CLA and my fat burner and stuff like that because I just didn't need it. I was taking this one supplement and it was doing more for me than all these other pills that we usually put into my plan. So.
Yeah, game changer. I mean, absolute game changer. And this is the thing, you don't only hear me starting to talk about it this year. You got Nick Walker coming out about this. Mark my words, Samson is taking retatrutide. I'm calling it out right now because did you see his fucking face? He loves his pizza, bro. That motherfucker, he loves his pizza once a week, but not anymore. So is that kind of that's what I've been hearing, right? And that's what I've been seeing with all my athletes that have been using this compound is it is phenomenal. And I have not seen one bad side effect. The one thing I got to say is that I am really hard on my athletes about getting the fuck off. You don't need to take this compound year round, in my opinion. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I agree. Sure.
I mean, I would say the research says you can take it long term because this conversation is about fat loss.
Yeah.
There's a deeper conversation about other benefits, a host of other benefits. So depending on, I think, why you're using it, I think the use case or the argument could be you can low dose for a long period of time. And what is a low dose? I mean, I think it's dependent. Certainly the studies are showing upwards of this 12, 16 milligram range, which for me, I feel is a little bit wild. I got phenomenal benefits on 1 to 2 milligrams a week. I mean, I went from almost 35 down to 218 And like I posted a picture when I was in Dubai recently, and like I was like shredded. I was like, what the heck's going on? This is nuts. And I'm still eating though. That's the thing.
Yep.
And there's such like a people when we post about it, and people are still confusing it with like Ozempic and stuff like that, right? The negatives, which I completely hate semaglutide, first of all, but the benefits that I'm seeing here, what I've seen firsthand with my clients, what I saw with me is it's like it feels like it's undoing some of this down regulation of, I think, either intentionally through use case of other supplements and stressors, and I down-regulate these receptors, and my gut health has been a little bit affected from using just different anti-inflammatories and different like acid reflux supplements. I mean, I've actually been able to come off of my acid reflux prescriptions because of retatrutide.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother benefit.
Yeah.
So like they'd love to keep me on these prescriptions, but I don't need them.
Yeah.
And we'll go a little bit deeper too. But I mean, I've had clients that are literally as long as I've trained them, 15 years, type 2 diabetic, like constant A1C issues, constant, blood panel issues across the board. They now after, man, Keith is a lot, man, Keith's, I think he's been on there probably about 2.5, 3 months. He's now considered, he's not diabetic anymore. He's pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
His A1C is the best. I've seen it in 15 years. He's lost almost 50 pounds in about 3 months. Dude, he looks great, feels great, and it's motivated his entire family now, not to take retatrutide, but just to be more active because they see the benefit now.
Yeah.
So there's so many benefits. Do I think you take it long term? I think it depends on what the goal is.
Yeah. I think like for me personally, what I've seen is that you do eventually grow a tolerance. Like you're going to have to slowly climb that up. In my opinion, that's what I've seen with all my athletes, right? You'll start with 1 milligram and then you start getting hungry again. And then you got to go to 1.5 and then you go to 2. So like Jen specifically, she's a type 1 diabetic, right? Retatrutide has a complete fixer. No more anything. No more insulin shots, no more metamorphin, literally nothing. I mean, the girl to 6 retatrutide and she's good. But the problem is after 3 milligrams, she started checking her blood sugar again and it was just spiking. It was just going crazy again. So I don't know if it's like a full thing that you could take year round. Now, let's just say you're 300 to 400 pounds and you take it year round. I'm not mad at you. Like it's going to do more benefits. It is positive. But for an active competitor, I'm looking at it as like a coaching perspective, right? For a show, when we need it, I need to fucking do it. Like I need to hammer it, and we're doing it 12 weeks out, 10 weeks out. Good. I need it to work for the show. And another thing we realized too is you get kind of sick, man. Like if I'm going into peak week, I've had athletes now, this is the second one, including her. I'm trying to give them food to fill them out and they're just not one to eat. Like it's hard. They get sick. So give us a rundown on that.
Yeah. So I noticed that when we took that trip to my first national show, we had to really, really fill out, like crazy fill out. And when you wake up, like you're just not hungry. And so I was trying to get my food in and I was getting bad stomach cramps because we were trying to really overload the food, but my body didn't want it. Like, even though I could still like eat my normal meals, like during the whole prep, but when we were doing like 200 grams of rice with all 6 of my meals, I was like, now I'm feeling that little bit of like my stomach's in pain. But I think it's just being smart about when you take your last dosage, if you know you're going to have to carb up into that peak week, that way you kind of are able to get some of that food in without getting that like stomach pain.
Like Danny got sick.
Yeah.
Danny got sick last weekend because as the food was starting to get in, like getting in, she couldn't get it in. It was like, she was getting sick by eating it. So is that something you guys have seen?
I haven't had any issues with it.
Well, we haven't gave you food, bitch.
Yeah, just wait.
We fill you out. And to be honest, guys, real quick, with men, I've never had this problem. Okay, it's only been with the women, and this one yelled at me. But we'll move on.
I did.
Anyway,
I'll be your test subject. I'm anxious to see how it works. But the high carb days that you gave me last week, no problem.
Yeah.
It has helped with cravings. The pantry doesn't call my name at nighttime.
Yep.
I'm able to get all my meals in easily, and I mean, I don't know how much weight I've lost in the last 4 weeks, but it's working. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I never had any issue getting my macros in.
No.
I was able to eat. I would say maybe on occasion I'd have to force myself to get like the last meal in just to make sure I'm getting enough protein. But that was always my focus too, was getting the protein in. And actually, like my cravings went from like, cause I like muffins and like, and like all the other fun stuff. But like, I didn't crave any of that. I craved more like steak, more steak and more chicken and more like healthier foods.
Solid food.
And that worked out great for me. So my muscle mass didn't drop. But yeah, going from like 235 to 218 and only really adding that in. It's like I didn't do any additional cardio. I didn't change my training split. I just added 1 to 2 milligrams of that a week, and I just was dropping fat.
Right.
I mean, so is it a cheat code? I mean, I don't know. I think you still have to put the work in. I mean, nothing's going to undo the hard work you have to put in. And that's also another thing I want to talk about. Like, people still have this negative connotation of, you know, that
you're cheating.
You're cheating. You're weak. Why can't you just get your mind under control? Why can't you just say no to food?
That's me.
It's not always the case.
I'll be honest, guys. I'll be honest.
Well, that was me probably a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? When people were all talking about semaglutide and tirzepatide and all that stuff, I'm like, that shit's stupid. Like, why would you do that? Just work harder. Like, just commit to your diet plan. Like, show some dedication. Like, just say no, right? And I've seen it firsthand change, like, my mom's life. I've seen it impact a lot of other clients. And it's changed my perspective on it. I don't think it's... And I think a lot of other people will come around. I know we're really talking about retatrutide, and there's, you know, dozens of other ones that we'll get into. But I think this one's probably the number one most talked about one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right
other than
now.
like BPC and TB500.
It's the most popular right now.
Yeah, for sure. But I think it still has a big misunderstanding of what the benefits are.
Well, I think people have to understand too, it doesn't have as much appetite suppressant as like Ozempic. Like Ozempic, dude, my grandma, like I said, she literally ended up in the hospital because she took too much. And this is the thing, that doctors don't fucking care. People who are listening to this shit, they're just going to prescribe you something. They're in it for the money. So let's just say they're doing, let's just say X amount. You probably don't need it. So they were pumping my grandma. So she didn't even want to fucking eat, dude. She went like 6 months without almost barely eating anything. Ended up in the hospital. Organs were shutting down. Like, if you don't eat, you're going to eventually get in the fucking hospital. Thank God she's fine now. So that's where I think it's the doses, man. You got to make sure you're careful and start low and go high. Like with retatrutide, I always start at like, disclaimer, about like 1 milligram. You know, like 1 milligram is fine, and then just see how you feel after that. Give it a few days, give it a week, and then just see how you feel. And you can always titrate up.
Yeah, I would just say be careful that it's not suppressing your appetite too much and that you're actually eating. Like you were saying, you were still prioritizing protein so you weren't losing muscle mass. Because I've talked to a few clients that we did like potential client calls with, and they were prescribed like Ozempic and stuff like that. And then these clinics were giving them meal plans, and I was looking at them, and it's like not even 1,000 calories. I would like, you still have to eat with this stuff or else you're going to wither away to nothing. Like even with retatrutide.
Well, and that was a big issue, is go back in time to the HCG diets. I don't think there's anything wrong with HCG when properly utilized, but that also came with a 500 calorie diet and a no workout plan. It's like, you can't work out because you're in such a deficit. And you're wondering why people lost so much muscle mass and why their metabolic issues became such a problem, and why some women couldn't ovulate. They couldn't do, like, their body was shutting down. They couldn't move bowels through because their stomach they're dehydrated, their body's not getting food, their body's locking up on them. And they're shocked by it. And then they come off of it and they gain all their weight back, if not more. And they go, let me get back on so I can lose the weight again. And that's what you're starting to see with like Ozempic early on. That's why this still has a bad, perspective on from people, is because the dosing was too high. I was seeing people start off at like 8 milligrams. And like, again, their stomach was locking up on them. They're getting bowel issues. They're not eating. They're getting headaches. They're feeling weak. They're tired. Well, there's no wonder why. You're not eating. Your body's literally shutting itself down. And you can see it in the face. They get gone. They get hydrated. And it causes more metabolic disorders and syndromes that you have to now fix down the road. So, but it is FDA approved though.
Of course. Yeah, it's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Of course.
So the better variations aren't there yet. So early on.
Tirzepatide's out though. That's the one that.
Mounjaro's out, yes. That one's out. And that one has, again, a secondary component that it's hitting with the GIP. But the original though, people got to break away from, like, there is a difference. And now there's another fourth one, variant coming out, which I think is going to kind of impact the industry a little bit more too. With the
how does it get? Oh, is that just what it is? That's all they're adding in there. How does it get better than retatrutide?
Well, some people don't like to inject themselves. So this is an oral.
Got you.
Some of us are still questioning, how can it be as beneficial if it's an oral? So what is protecting the compound, getting through the stomach and ultimately absorbing into the body? My first question is always, I guess that's first question. Second question is, how healthy is the gut? If your gut's unhealthy and you have malabsorption problems, you can have the best product all you want, but if it's breaking down so now let's just arbitrarily say you're losing 30% by the time it gets to the intestine. But now your intestinal wall is all inflamed. You got ulcers. Then you got, plaque buildup, and now you can't absorb anything. What are you actually getting? And that's why injection or IV, administration has always been better. Obviously it also has to filter twice through the liver. So there's many moving parts there that I question, but research is showing that yielding a better result because it is going to produce, well, it's at least going to protect more loss of muscle mass.
Right.
Which I think is going to do. I don't know if it's going to produce more muscle mass, but I think it will protect against the loss of muscle mass while you're in a deficit.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. I think peptides are one of those things we can pretty much go on forever. But I want to get on the next one, and that is the Wolverine stack. Okay, I don't know where the hell they got that name from, but it is amazing.
Like, Wolverine rejuvenates himself.
That's true. Well, I know that, but I'm just saying. Well, who made that name? You know, like somebody came out there and was like, "This is the fucking." Maybe that's why he looks at him good. I don't know. Maybe that in the Wolverine they were really taking TB500 and BPC. But let's talk a little bit about that compound. You had great success. You go first.
Yeah, I as soon as I tore it, I mean, I started hearing about it, just through Instagram. Tore my bicep. As soon as I tore it, ordered the stack. The day I got home, I started putting it wherever I could, as close as I could to the injury. And to this day, I think it's, it healed it faster than it should have.
So let's say it takes 2 months to heal, right? Let's say it takes 6 weeks. How much time do you think that saved you?
Maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, doing it the smart way, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like doing the injections, doing your PT, not putting stress on it, and just letting it do its thing. Ultimately, what it's doing is it's repairing all the blood vessels in your arm. You need blood. You need extra blood in your arm in order for it to repair itself. So that's what it's doing to itself.
Gotcha.
No.
Out of curiosity, what was your dosing protocol?
I cannot even remember.
Not that we're suggesting this to anybody.
Yeah.
I'm curious because obviously we're talking about different half-lives of BPC and TB500 do have different half-lives. Application dosing is different.
Yep. So
the stack inherently is 2 separate products, not combined. However, they do sell them combined.
Because we're selling it combined.
Huh?
We're selling it combined.
Yep. We do because
but we also selling it separate. We're selling
it's
it both.
Convenient.
Yes.
Yep. There's still a benefit, but I mean the half-life's different, the dosing protocol is a little different.
Yeah.
However, there's a synergistic benefit to those two working together. Just like with KPV, there's a benefit. GHKCU, copper, there's a benefit. And although they have similar anti-inflammatory tissue healing properties, they hit different pathways. I think one thing I heard from a recent doctor I thought was pretty cool is although they have a similar end goal, the pathway's different because we don't know what pathway's been damaged.
Yep.
So, and I think that's why these stacks tend to work really well together, although some may focus more on the deeper, maybe bone tendon response. Some are more little soft tissue, more dermal layer, more, soft tissue, connective tissue stuff, blood vessel repair.
Yep.
Some of them are going to improve actually like the GH receptor sites. So actually you're going to bind more IGF to these areas, which is going to cause more healing and going to cause more muscle growth, et cetera. Some are going to improve the neurological function to those areas that possibly been damaged, which I like that. And I think those stacks will work well because you are going to hit different pathways. But you do have to understand the dosing, which we can't arguably,
So what would you say? What was your dose?
I've had many injuries, from wrestling to the Marine Corps to, those are 2 big ones. I mean, I've ripped my knees apart, my hamstrings, my bicep, everything, powerlifting. I occasionally have flare-ups. So through my bicep and pec tear, same thing I did. I tried both. I tried just a global subcutaneous injection, got almost no benefit to the actual damaged area. So for me, like through my bicep and my pec, I was injecting straight into these areas and I got next to immediate relief.
Yes.
Within a week. And I was doing, this is my personal protocol, I was doing 500 MCGs 3 times a week. And that worked well for me. I mean, pull it back. I was a little more aggressive in the beginning when immediate flare-up was there. I was doing twice a day. Mm-hmm. So I was doing 500 MCGs of both 2 times a day for the first week or 2.
Gotcha.
That inflammation came down. I started feeling better. Range of motion came back. Flexibility was less painful. And I could start loading again. Then I pulled it back. Then I stayed at that point. I'd run through about 4 different bottles of the combined stack. And by the time I was done with 4 bottles, it hasn't come back. This would flare up from wrestling. Actually, I blame my buddy Jeremy Bass for this. He almost ripped my bicep off doing an arm bar in jiu-jitsu. And hope he's watching. He knows, too. I always complain about it. So on occasion, this thing still flares up. And it's right in here. So I just do the same thing. And, I mean, it's been months.
Yeah.
It goes away. Boom. Yeah. I'm able to train, lift heavy. I look smart. But I use it when I need it. I'm not taking it forever, although some people would say that there's a benefit to taking it with other peptides. I take it specifically for inflamed areas and prior injuries, and once the pain goes away after a couple
Yep.
Couple bottles, maybe a couple months total. I don't touch it until or if it comes back.
Yeah. Pretty much same. I mean, I literally did almost that exact same protocol, except I did 500 MCGs once a day. I think it was once a day, and I did it for 4 weeks straight in the same spot. She didn't even know this, but I actually tore my chest off the freaking bone. Again, I don't know how this even happens. I told you about this and playing semi-pro tackle football last year. And I was like, let me just try it. So I ordered it. 4 days go long, right? Obviously it's pain, but I ain't a little bitch, but it's some pain, right? The second I started taking this, it was like immediate relief. It was like, bam. I was benching 500 like the next day.
Oh, but you were so against peptides.
Listen, well, I was against retatrutide, and let me just clear my name on this one, okay? I was, and you can go back to my videos, and I still stand by this.
No, yeah, he was.
If I could snap my fingers and get rid of this shit fucking compound, it's that good though. But to the way I look at it, the shit compound, because I was really good at getting to the athlete's mind. We've talked to this before, right?
Yeah.
There's a compound out there that now takes that food noise away. Before we didn't have it like that, so I'm just old school. Like
he's just upset that he didn't have it when he was in his prime.
Yeah. That's what
okay.
it is. But it's here now. And that's why I'm fully supporting it, because I've seen it work firsthand, man. Like it's gonna work. Like my grandma, my mom, they need to be taking the shit, because I would rather them lose that 50, 100 pounds they need to lose rather than just, to be honest with you, not rather die than be fat.
Exactly.
You know, anyway. But anyway, so yeah, this chest though with the BPC, wow. I was literally benching like 500 the next day. It was crazy. Like one shot.
I mean, think about it too.
That's a joke. But.
Well, it is interesting what Joe Rogan was talking about. He made it seem like, dude, after like 3 shots, dude, like that's actually, I remember watching him, his podcast is what got me interested in looking into it. Because I had used other peptides in the past, like ipamoral and GHRP6 and all these other variants, and had tremendous results with those too. And then I see a peptide or a podcast with Joe Rogan, and I'm watching a few other ones, and I'm like, it's that good? I'm like, let me figure out where to get this. And I tried a couple other companies, and I got like shit.
Probably water.
It was garbage. And I'm like, I tried 3 different companies, and I got like no results. And I'm like, is this dude lying? Like, what is the deal? And then I went to a different source, a USA based source, and it actually worked. I was like, okay, now this is legit. But that also opened my eyes to how many garbage companies are out there that are comfortable selling nothing for a huge profit.
Yep. It's insane.
And that was paying. I was paying full on retail for this stuff.
Yeah, throw money away
from it.
And I think that's the biggest reason why I got into this, is because I coach at a high level. Like I need my athletes taking real shit, no matter what it is. Like another one, you know, I need people to be tan, bro. Okay, so Milano tan. No. If you want to be black. Okay, the black guy's been whooping all white boys' ass. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's bodybuilding, right? They're good. Now we are gonna be black too, and it's because of Milano tan. All right, what do you guys have on that one?
It makes me red.
I've taken it. Well, I tried to take it. My experience was not great.
What happened?
My friend came over. She was a nurse. She gave me a microdose of it, even lower than the person who sold it to me recommended. I was bedridden for 3 days. I just remember curling up on my floor, like in pain. And I texted him and I totally lied. I was like, I think I have food poisoning. I can't go to the gym, because I was in the middle of prep because I was trying to be tan. So I don't know, but I have heard, maybe you guys can clear it up because you're a little bit more knowledgeable. A few other people have gone like a little bit like of sickness from it, but I've heard that you either need to go out in the sun right after you take it or take it at night so you can sleep through the sickness. I don't know which one's correct. Those are 2 things I've heard when I've told people my experience.
I mean, nighttime worked good for me. I don't think you have to go in the sun. I think the selling point there is 20 minutes in the sun while using Melanotan 2 is like being in the sun for hours.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay,
right?
maybe that's what it was.
Like for me, I have to microdose it because I am very sensitive to it. So I got some friends who use high doses, and I don't know how they even feel.
Does it flush you?
Yes.
Oh, immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And like that.
Like you're sick immediately.
No, it's bright
just
red.
Red.
Oh,
like that,
wow.
you feel like that pressure. Yeah. So at nighttime, I can sleep through it, and that's fine. But I swear, within 8 minutes, it's like taking a high dose of like L-theanine. Like by the time I get like a gram of that, by the time I get upstairs, I'm ready to fall asleep on the floor. Like by the time I'll do it downstairs at the fridge, I'll get upstairs, I'll sit down and go watch a show or something. My head's like,
wow.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But
Fire.
it does make me tan. And there is a side effect to it. Some people like it, some people don't like it. But you do get, depending on the dose, involuntary erections.
Okay. Good I was going to say good pumps.
There you go.
Pumps. Great pumps. And then on occasion, it's like...
So it's pretty much like Cialis or Viagra.
No, well, You remember back in like middle school, dude, like you're sitting in class.
Yes.
No reason whatsoever.
Bam.
You're rocked up. But you got your backpack, dude. Bell rings. You got your backpack.
You can't get up.
You're sitting there till last. And you put your backpack over the front. You kind of just weasel out. There's something about it. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
There's a mechanism there. I need to look into it more, but it's.
So if people have problems getting it up in bed, they need to get this product.
They'll get tan and they'll get good pumps.
You tried PT 141?
No, I have not.
Same effect.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Works for women too.
Does it?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Women, you know what? What is it? Tell us about it.
PT 141, they prescribe it to women for basically to make them horny. But
Now, are we
men-
getting that on our site?
Has not been discussed yet,
have
but
not
if it
talked
does
about
get, if we start to get requests,
Honestly, I support that for his business as a coach. No, just hear me out.
okay.
How many, like, you know
excited
this,
about this
when you
one.
coach females, how many times do we lose our sex drives and then our relationships in?
That's true.
During prep. I'm just saying.
all the
I have
husbands
seen
listening,
that.
That's
you're
true.
welcome.
I have seen that.
So I'm just saying it could be a benefit to, I
Well,
mean, we do, like,
listen.
genuinely, like,
Not many women come up to Matt and be like, hey, by the way, my sex drive is down. What can I
yes,
take for
they
this?
do. I've been there for the conversations.
You do the conversation on that. I
Disclaimer,
don't.
it will flush you too.
Oh,
will
does
fl-
it?
Yeah, it will flush you.
But how long does it last?
I'm gonna smile.
Full disclaimer, my wife and I took it.
Is that why you're giggling?
About an hour. About an hour.
No, the flush.
Yeah, about an hour.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so but the flush is on par or at least in conjunction with the benefit.
Yeah.
So the whole time the flush is there, the benefit's there.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Wow.
Because like with the MT2, the flush
Look how happy she just
was
got.
temporary.
I've never seen her smile this
I
much
just- it's
in my
funny
entire fucking
topic.
life.
So
We'll
sorry.
message Mike and we'll.
She needs some. Raven
get
needs
some-
some. She's
It'll
gonna
be in
probably
my
message us.
promotional
We'll get some
box.
ordered.
Yeah, we're gonna get some in her box, her little goodie box.
Yeah, I like it. I will say there's a disclaimer though. If you have like your little freckles, it will
Darken them up.
darken up a
Wow,
little bit.
okay.
It will. It goes away though when you stop.
Right.
I mean, I'll run it on and off. So I do like being tan. I don't get as tan as like my wife is.
Yeah.
She gets tan like that. My daughter, my son, well, my little son, my oldest kid looks like he's full Irish. But like my whole Italian family, like all tan. And then my oldest son looks like my dad who had more Irish in him.
Gotcha.
That dude don't tan.
Wow.
Like, so I can tan, but there's like a red phase and then there's a tan. Whereas MT2, I just go straight tan, which is nice.
Yeah.
I just don't want to run it long term.
Yeah, we got a new athlete that joined the team, and it's this new black guy. You know, we're at the team event. You know, he comes over. You know, his whole little baby, Jordan. His name's Jordan.
oh
right?
my
He's black
gosh.
now.
No, he's
he
not
was white
black.
before, and now he's black.
I was like, who the fuck are you
so,
talking
guys,
about?
I've never seen this man this tan. Like
Jordan McCullough?
Jordan McCullough,
Yeah.
bro. He's a white man, bro. He's like
it didn't
us.
look natural to me. It
was-
looked
it
like
was-
he
yeah.
got off
He did
the.
too.
I asked him if he had just done a show.
That's what I thought. I
It
was
looked like
like,
a tan.
I didn't.
I don't know.
It was. I didn't like it. Sorry, Jordan. I'm sorry. Did not like that look.
It was just
at
too
all.
much. Do you
It
think
was
he
too
overdosed?
much.
Okay, so if you take more, does it give you more tan?
Yeah.
So the more you take, the more tan you are.
Yep.
Got you.
The longer you take it, I mean,
Wow.
you'll stay tan. An old buddy of mine who was a pretty well-known trainer in the area and life coach. I mean, this was something he took year round, and now he's super tan. We're talking like head to toes, like his half of his head's tan, his feet are like super tan. But now he's also tatted up from head to toe as well, so it's kind of a mixture of both.
Right.
But most people didn't know this dude was from like Calabasas or something. Dude was like, he looked like he was from a foreign country. He looked either Puerto Rican or like just black.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. He took it year round. He loves it.
You know what it kind of reminds me of, man? Like, sorry for interrupting you, but it kind of reminds me of like Willy Wonka. You know when like they were taking the gum and like the guy turns blue? Like that's almost what like peptides is. Like you can just, it's crazy because it's going everywhere. How could you get it? They're all peptides, right? How can you get one that like is like a Wolverine stack that's going to fucking heal you, one that's going to suppress your appetite, one that's going to turn you fucking tan? It's just crazy, man. Like where does this stop? Because I feel like it's never going to stop.
Well, the peptides don't do like PT 141. It doesn't just do that one thing. It does anywhere from 4 to 1,000 things.
Stop looking at me. Gosh.
She just started smiling again the second you
No,
said that product.
So it does
joking,
anywhere from
I'm
4 to
joking.
1,000 things.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, you can take one thing for something and it's going to do 100 other things.
Right.
Well, that's like anything else. I mean, the mechanism of action isn't, although it is, they're amino acids, they're bonded, and they're going to trigger an expression somewhere in the body to have a certain result, impact your body. And you may take it for inflammation, but that's not all it's doing.
Yep.
I mean, it may be also solving inflammation in your gut. It may also be improving your heart health and, protecting your cardiovascular system at the same time, as well as making you tan or doing other things.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think there's a lot of things they are doing, but it's kind of like if you take berberine or something, like, we take it for maybe insulin sensitivity, but it's also doing a lot of other things.
Yeah.
You may only take it for insulin sensitivity because there's a benefit, or fenugreek or something like that, right? I'm taking it to lactate more, but like it's also improving insulin sensitivity. It's also improving gut health, creating a smoother lining, helping you move more bowels or your bowel movements smoother. There's a lot of benefits to it. So I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's nothing ever just does one thing. You train your biceps, you're never just training your biceps. There's always a secondary and a tertiary mover, and there's always something supporting those joint actions. So that's the way I always think about it mechanically. I think there's always a lot of moving parts.
Gotcha. You had a story about NAD. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of NAD, and main reason. So I've got a friend who owns like an IV clinic in Sarasota, and when my mom, there was a pivotal point in the U.S., maybe in the world, in 2020, and my mom was forced by her employer to get something, or else she would lose her job. Right? Her family's against it. I'm against it. I'm willing to give up my career. I refuse. My wife.
Me and you.
I'm like, quit the hospital, dude. I don't need to do a personal training anywhere. I'll go do something else.
Yeah.
You do something else. Like, it's not worth it. My kids aren't getting it. They got to be in private school or homeschool. That's fine. I'm against it. My mom, she felt a little pressured back into the corner. She ended up, getting what they told her to get. Otherwise, she'd lose her job while she's only 3 months away from retirement. Anyway, right?
Wow.
So she gets it, and I swear, man, it was almost, and she regretted it because she started feeling bad. And we started seeing, long story, let me get back here. We moved her into, we built a house. My dad passed away. Now she's living with us in our mother-in-law suite. So now we see her every single day. And I've known her my whole life. So I know she's very intelligent, very quick-witted, very funny, very active. And it slowly became the opposite. More lethargic, less active. She's gaining weight. She's forgetting key moments and things in her schedule. And I'm paying attention, and it's concerning me, right? Because I'm like, this is my mom. Like, I've known her my whole life. Like, there's something going on. It looked like early onset, like dementia or something. Yep. And so I started talking with my friend who owned this IV clinic, and she's like, dude, we got to get her on some NAD, some glutathione. And I'm like, well, what's it cost? So I bought literally like a $10,000 account.
Wow.
And I said, so I'm going there for like foot detoxes and silly shit too. And listen, gimmicky as it is, I'm like, dude, IV me, dude, get this black stuff out of my feet.
Hell yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad. I think it's gimmicky. It's silly. But I'm there getting hooked up on IVs. I'm like, whatever my mom wants, get it for her. So she's doing these NAD pluses. She's doing the glutathione IVs and, Myers cocktails and stuff. And after about 4 or 5 NAD IV treatments, dude, it was night and day difference. And she's been good this whole time.
Wow.
So cognitively, she's like back. And I contribute that specifically to, and I can glutathione, another thing that we carry, but I think that's another phenomenal antioxidant.
Yep.
Is those two combined, and maybe high dosing of vitamin C played a role with other things, but take all that away, I think NAD plus and glutathione dramatically improved that for her, and I think long term, she's I feel back to where she was.
Wow.
There you go.
So it was a big deal for me. That's why I'm a big fan of the product.
Yeah, no, NAD is awesome. And I think glutathione is something me and Raven just kind of talking about recently. Like when you put a client on like an oral, like Halo Test or like Anadrol or something, I think that is a great product, man. Or like when you get done with a prep, start taking some glutathione. Yep. In my opinion, I think it works really well. But yeah, man, I think, whatever happened in 2020 messed a lot of people up, man. Like my grandma actually ended up with blood clots literally within 3 months of taking, the jab. Let's be honest, the jab. So it was a hard time for everyone. But yeah, and a lot of people are taking NAD now. So what is NAD? Give us a little rundown.
Well, I mean, it's in short, people are looking at it. I don't know if you call it like the fountain of youth.
Anti-aging.
It's an anti-aging, peptide amongst. There's many other anti-aging ones out there, but I mean, I think this is probably one of the most talked about ones that people really feel like they're turning back, like the hands of time from hair, skin, nails to cognition, which I think is a huge one as you get older, being able to neuromuscularly still have that connection, to be able to open up new neural pathways, to be able to, well, I don't think it has anything to do with like neurochemical production as far as that goes, but as far as being able to recall things on short-term memory, long-term memory, be able to be motivated again, have energy all day. A lot of people feel like they, without having to take any stimulant, they just have energy all day now. Wow. No naps anymore in the afternoon. They're sleeping better quality sleep, which, as we know, sleep is super important. Mm-hmm. So if you're exhausted and you have these adrenal fatigue issues and your body's fighting just itself all day long, and you can undo that, now your body is basically like just tapped into saved years of its on its life.
Yep.
Your body's fighting itself. And I have read that it impacts a lot of autoimmune issues as well. I don't know if it completely undoes them, but I think on its impact on a cellular level, it is potentially undoing a lot of autoimmune issues.
How often do you have to take that?
I'm under the impression weekly.
Like one shot a week or like multiple shots a week? I think it's multiple shots, right?
Multiple shots a week.
So that's where like I'm kind of like, man. So Kim Kardashian's a huge one of us, right? She takes it. She's been very like open about it. You think she pays someone? Like, she pays someone. Like every day you do your makeup, you do your shot, like you do everything. Because NAD, to me, it's just an annoying compound. And I'm waiting for it to get a little bit like better. Honestly, like I think if they do it, if there was a shot once a week, like my test shot or whatever, that's okay. I would do that, but have to do it like every day. That's kind of annoying. Just to be a little bit younger. I don't know.
I don't think it's an everyday though.
It's like 3 times a week or something like that.
Well, and that's it. Yeah, like a glutathione might be a low dose every week. You still do, you could dose it how you want to. You're also got to dose it to your budget.
Yeah.
Yep. Because most NAD pluses come in 500 milligram bottles or vials.
Go quick.
And so if you're going through, let's just say 2 of those a week on the low end, right? So now you go through 2 bottles a week. I mean, how long are you going to take it for? So for instance, like we were running a higher dose of that with my mom, but it was intravenous.
Gotcha.
But she was still doing, in that case, she was doing more and she was doing once a week. But again, it was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
It was like buying 5 or 10 bottles of NAD per 1 IV injection.
Yep. Wow.
It was my friend Andrew gets it every week. Him and his girlfriend has someone come out to the house. The packages he buys are over $7,000 a package. They come out to the house. Now he does intravenous because he doesn't want to do all these shots and whatnot, right? He just also wants to sit there at the house. He has massage therapists come over. Like he just wants to just have people come over, which is super convenient and that's fine. But it's expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like that the intramuscular injections, if you're doing, 1,000 mcgs a week, does it add up? Sure. But if you're getting the benefit, then it makes sense.
Exactly.
Because how many people are spending hundreds, if not thousands a month on supplements that do nothing?
Yeah.
Nothing. If anything, cause more damage. So now if you can spend that much or a little bit less for a short period and undo a lot of this stuff that, again, we voluntarily or involuntarily caused on our body from exposure or ingestion of things, and then now your body actually performs more optimally long-term, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because we're investing in our health, we're investing in ourselves. And if you're a business owner, husband, a wife, an athlete, dude, if you're not performing at your best, if you're not sleeping good, if you don't have the energy, how can you possibly perform? How can you produce?
So when you stop taking it though, say you can only afford to do it for like a month or 2, when you stop doing it, do you keep those benefits that you saw or do they taper off over time since you stopped using it?
So what do you think?
I think over time it will taper off because what happens when you get off of it, you get back into your bad habits. So you go back to eating McDonald's.
But do you think it's something that if you didn't go back to those bad habits, you would reap the benefits a little bit longer?
I think you could keep them a little bit longer.
Are we talking NAD or just other peptides?
NAD.
NAD? Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, I think some of the benefits, if they're directly correlated to habits or mindset or environment, and you don't change any of that.
Yeah.
Well, inherently, you're going to go back to what you were doing, right? If you caused damage to your gut or damage to your cellular walls from exposure to things and you haven't learned and changed it, well, eventually you're going to get back there.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to spend that kind of money trying to biohack your body and improve your body long-term and gain years back on your life, it should come with a long-term game plan to say, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to spend a little bit of money to improve my health and my gut and everything else. and I'm going to change my life. My lifestyle is going to be better long term.
Yep.
And there's no way I'm going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on peptides and not change the things I was doing that caused the damage.
Yeah. And I think NAD is one of it's literally the holy grail. Like you're gonna tactically, they say you look younger. Like they say it kind of like stops your age and kind of like you almost look younger even if you take it for like a year. Do you think that these like Hollywood actors, you think they've known about this for a while?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like years, like 10 years. Like how long do you think they've known about this?
It's a good question. I mean, it's only come on my radar about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's on our radar 5 years ago, but how many years has the elite had access to it? It's a good question.
I was thinking about that.
Top dollar for it.
I was thinking about that.
But yeah, they were definitely, I'm sure, paying top dollar for it because it wasn't mass produced. It was still, hey, this is in trials only. Like,
HGH back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah. Then they put a ban on that unless you had AIDS or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like who's the guy who plays Grease? I'm just missing his name.
John Travolta?
John Travolta, man. You see him recently? Bro.
No.
He's on some NAD, bro. He's on some more than NAD. He looks almost just as young as when he was in that movie.
What about Lindsay Lohan? Did you see her little? She literally looks like when I was a little kid watching her movies.
No way.
But after all her drug use and benders and all that, well, yeah.
Looks good.
Should look her up.
Let's
She's
flip it to The Rock. Seen The Rock lately?
I did see The Rock lately.
No.
What happened to The Rock?
He got on some Retatrutide.
No, he did more. I think he just got off shit, to be honest with you. I think he just probably realized, you know what? I'm done. I want to enjoy my life.
He wants to do more serious movies. Mm-hmm. So he thinks by slimming down, he's not going to be just the big meathead. He's going to get
Batista did the same thing.
Yep.
That didn't really work out that well for him, though.
I think so. Batista became actually a pretty good actor. I think better than The Rock.
You think? No way.
The Rock's terrible.
Okay, so The Rock is a horrible actor, right?
Garbage.
And I don't like The Rock.
Entertaining.
Yeah, no.
But garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think The Avengers, obviously, is probably the best Batista. I think that's his number one.
Dude,
100%.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
That was what made him big and famous. But I mean, he's done so many other better roles.
Like one. Name one.
Well,
Name one.
I suck at movie titles, man.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead was pretty good.
But so that's another one, Army of the Dead, and then the prequel to that one, which was like Army of Thieves.
Yep, Army of Thieves.
So those two were actually pretty entertaining. I think better than the 8 words he said in.
Right.
Well, I guess Vin Diesel had the least amount of words when he said "I am Groot."
Groot.
He made like $50 million.
Who's Groot? Is that
Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel's
No.
Groot?
Vin Diesel with his big old belly,
No
man.
way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, it's thick Diesel.
Wow.
He ain't big.
Yep.
He is thick Diesel.
He's dad bod.
He's a good boy. Yeah, so with The Rock, let's just get on the topic of The Rock. I mean, do you see him recently? You haven't not seen him.
I have not seen that.
Wow. He's like this big. He's really, really small.
They say he lost 60 pounds, but he looks like, I made some comments online. He looks sick.
Yeah.
And I get to the point where he wants to be taken serious, and he doesn't want to be as that big.
Did he lose some of his muscle mass?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it.
Dude,
Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
his forearms
see
look
him,
like
dude.
my
It's
15-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to see them when you should.
Some people were comparing him to Al Roker.
Yeah.
So
That's like somebody's old grandpa, dude, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No. Well, it's because we were used to The Rock being massive. Okay, at what point in your life are you going to want to be like, you know what, dude, like, I can't be 260 no more?
I don't like that.
I've
That's
never
like
been
sad.
260.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, honestly, I feel like,
I don't know what that
honestly, I
means.
have to say, like, I feel like all of us are not on The Rock's level. Unfortunately, like, I think The Rock is a different monster. Like, he was probably walking around at 260. Like, eventually, that's going to put some kind of like, or if he's sick, he could have like something in his heart where he's like, hey, you got to lose this weight. It could be something like that.
I mean, we've all seen that, even with with Joe Bennett too. Mm-hmm. He had some cardiac issues that caused him to pull the weight off, and obviously have to go through some therapy and everything else. And I think there is a point, and this is what I was saying online, is I think there's something more to it than just I want to be attractive for other roles.
I agree.
Because I mean, you got like Jason Statham, who's the same character in 100 movies.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No, he's the transporter,
The beekeeper.
He's the beekeeper. It's the same guy.
Yeah.
I watch every one of them.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Dude, shredded in every movie.
Expendables.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like his typecast.
Yeah.
Right? And I think dude's making millions of money, and that's your typecast. So I mean, The Rock was known like John Cena. Mm-hmm. He's got a certain role.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of funny. John Cena's funnier than The Rock.
Yeah.
But John Cena at some point would probably want to slim down. I don't know, man. I guess if it's health concern, I mean, it looked like.
It doesn't look healthy.
No,
There's probably something else going on, and that's just his excuse or what he's saying publicly, so people don't know all his personal life. It's not out there. But
Yeah, I'm just a watcher of the movies anyway. But I mean, the first time I saw that, I was like, oof.
Something was going on.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he's not.
So what peptides do we think The Rock should be getting on then?
He just needs to be on some growth hormone, man.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. There's so many benefits of growth hormone like peptides, and it looks like he's already been on some Ozempic or something.
Yeah, definitely.
He's probably been on everything. Definitely can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, it's at some point in time, all that gear and stuff's going to cause some damage. So I'm not going to be the one to suggest a protocol for him. But he certainly has the money for the best of everything.
Best of everything.
So best of luck to him.
What do you think about tesamorelin?
Big fan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's FDA approved, so you know it's good. First-hand experience with one of my clients. Big focus was visceral body fat. Site-specific, obviously, around the belly. He had this. You ever seen a leprechaun?
Yes.
They shove the
gold coins.
Well, they shove that gold
goblet
thing full of coins.
She's too young. She doesn't know. And she's a little younger than us, but yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, this guy wants to take the coins, so this little leprechaun puts it in his belly, and it's hard as a rock. And this dude, it felt like this. Felt like you're touching a wall. And then so he gets prescribed tesamorelin, and we trained this guy for a while, this guy Steve, and it dramatically changed that. It virtually undid it. I guess you had abs again.
Wow.
Dramatic difference. And that was the first time, because I was used to like Samorelin, and I was used to like ipamorelin, other variants. He's like, I'm going on tesamorelin at the time, probably going back to like 2011, maybe 10, 11, 12, around that range. Never heard of it. I was like, ooh, what's that do? And he tells me, so I do my research. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Then I did it. I went and got some. And it actually tightened up my stomach a little bit. I'm like, oh, I don't have like no visceral body fat. I've always had abs.
That's cool.
You know, no brag. I mean, I was born with them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't take full credit.
That's true.
Blame my genetics.
Yeah, he
but
came out like literally 6 months, 6 pounds.
I have
And he
the
was-
same issue.
All my
You do.
kids, all
She
my
always
kids
has
have
six-pack.
abs. And it's a blessing and a curse.
Well, what's the curse?
I don't know.
Skinny girls aren't
It
supposed
means
to
you
have
can't
abs.
ever get fat.
Yeah,
I haven't found it yet. Yeah, if you ever wanted to get fat, I probably couldn't.
Yep.
I'd have to really work at it. I get bored at working at
Yeah.
it, so that's the downside.
It's always been a joke. I've been saying like I've been trying to get a dab off for years. It just doesn't fucking happen. Like it does not happen. No, it doesn't happen. Trust me. Listen, I still have a 6-pack. You be quiet over there, okay?
I can
Still
make
got
it
a
happen
6-pack.
really quick.
Always. Yeah. You think you can?
Oh, dude, I can put on weight.
With just looking at food?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a real thing, though.
No, it is.
Yeah, real thing. Body starts producing insulin and just moving sugars around. Anybody wants to start storing it.
Oh yeah. 4 kids at home, dude. I mean, they have Uncrustables and Cheez-Its and
I would not survive in your house.
yeah, wife's
I
making
need
bread.
everything.
Yeah. Even when I prep, man, like I don't really care. Like I'm over there cooking my kids like freaking pancakes every morning. I don't really care when I'm prepping. And I did that without Rototide, but it's here.
Don't
So-
ask his diet when it's like a show weekend.
Well, tell them what my diet is.
Listen, this man, literally the death of me. So sometimes he would just go into a gas station and get like a few chocolate bars and he goes, okay, this is dinner. Or we'll be at a show and they have the cookie dealers there. He goes, all right, this is dinner. Or I'll never forget, it happened twice actually. For some reason, when you roomed with me for my shows and stuff, this man would bring freaking Burger King up to my room the night before the show. And I'm like, you need to take your ass down to the lobby, go somewhere else, or else you're going to pay for your own hotel room, homie, because it's not coming in my room.
I did do that. I did. But I honestly thought you were sleeping. In my defense, I thought you were sleeping.
Okay, but it's the diet. We need to talk about your diet.
Yeah, diet's bad.
It's an issue. It's a real issue.
Diet is an issue. The
Okay,
thing is-
so I'm just saying, for all your clients to know, that's what you like to
He's
eat.
human.
Human.
That's
See?
human.
No, you know what it is? Like I am so fucking busy and I'm so focused on my athletes and your pro card and his win coming up, right? That I just forget to eat. And I literally forget to eat, guys. And I'm like, fuck, I'm starving. It's been 6 hours. Let me just go to the gas station real quick.
Boom,
Couple
chocolate bar.
Chocolate bars, protein
Calories.
bars, something to get in me. And then, but I always have a 6-pack and I'm pretty healthy, you know? Give me like 2 weeks, okay? It'll be there back.
weeks
but-
to lean
So I have a question for you.
Oh, that's it.
Since
God.
you were against peptides for a while,
Yeah.
do you ever think it's going to get to the point where peptides replace anabolics?
So that's a big question, man. Yeah, and I've heard yes, because I heard they're coming out with some crazy shit that unblocks your ability. Like you have a limiting factor with your body's going to get. This unblocks it, and then you can get as big as possible. So you know those like there's funny, there's an Instagram page that makes like huge bodybuilders. Like there's going to get to a point where that's going to be the thing. Yes. But I don't think it's ever you can't replace testosterone in my opinion. I don't know.
I think there's going to be a negative side of the myostatin inhibition. I mean, there's a certain point because it's not just, skeletal tissue that we're growing. You're growing smooth tissue like your heart and other visceral organs. And people who are born with myostatin, issues, they die at a younger age.
Yeah.
They're really jacked little kids and like they look cool and stuff and they're doing 20 pull-ups and shit at like 3. But glutes are all jacked, quads are shredded.
Or the cows.
The cows, that are like the
ox or whatever they're called.
Yeah, the Chris Massaro cows.
Yep.
Those cows are cool looking, right? But I think will they replace? I mean, I think some SARMs like Rad 140, I think, are going to remove some of the benefits. But I think there's so much research on some of these androgynous hormones that are like showing you can take them long term and have no real negative side effects. So like we know there's a lot of research on it. And we're at some point in time, maybe like 10, 20 years from now, when they really perfect some of these mechanisms. I don't know though, man. I think if you need some tests, just get some regular tests.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I'm not a huge fan of a lot of SARMs. I wouldn't mess around with those.
SARMs, yeah.
And when it comes to peptides improving lean body mass, your ability to burn more body fat for energy, I mean, improving some of these mechanisms and then just good old fashioned hard work. Like just do that. Take a couple peptides that work. Like if your body's super inflamed and it's not responsive to the training or the diet, fix the inflammation, fix the gut, train your ass off, eat good food. I think that system has worked and it will work. And I think peptides are showing that could be not a shortcut, but like a healthier way to resolve some of those long-term issues instead of taking all these garbage over-the-counter supplements, these bullshit oils that used to work that are now mass-produced that don't do shit.
Yep.
And then obviously some harsher anabolics that could cause more long-term suppression and other problems. So
it may not be real too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And that's the other thing. There's plenty of companies out there that test a lot of anabolics that have proven most of them are garbage.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, and they're only going to cause more problems. So
yeah. So we'll see. All I know is peptides. I feel like the past 3 years, they've they've fucking exploded, where we haven't even saw the tippy top yet. Like it just started. And I'm glad we got into this now. We have this company now. So if anybody needs anything and they want to know that it is real for research purposes only, you can hit us up and you got it. But anyway, we're at that time, guys. Thank you guys for coming on. We are very, very excited. So give us the last thoughts, man, on the coastal compounds, man. Last thoughts.
Going to the top, man. Going to the top. We're going to help people, get people healthy again. What is it? Make America healthy again.
Yep.
I like
that's
it.
the move.
That's what we're doing.
We're going to be a household name. I mean, I think locally, you're going to know us. You're going to see us in every gym. You're going to see all the top athletes wearing our shirts, promoting us. There's going to be a reason because we have the better product and we take care of our affiliates, take care of our athletes, and everyone who supports us, we're going to take care of them.
Yep.
Not just Florida, but coast to coast.
We're already working on markets in New York, Texas, California. So we got some things in the works.
It's exciting.
Yep. It's going to be big. But anyway, guys, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when we're posting these videos, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Let's get it.